Sage Gaming. The draft has started. Let's go directly into it. A little bit of information. It's a best of two, by the way. And we do have Sage on the left, Power of Belief going to be on the right side. The overlay will be updated just shortly. Meanwhile, do note that the Tyrael is actually a ban. And there we go, finally fixed. Okay, the battleground is Cursed Hollow. We got Sage picking this one up. Power of Belief, they do have the advantage coming to this first game because they had a bit of a high seeding from the Nexus Championship all the way back from December. And they decided to go with first pick, Sage deciding the battleground. Now, the first pick and ban, very clear to see that Tyrande and Kael'thas getting banned out. Jaina being first picked. It's a huge recognition to Saber's ability on the side of POB. They want to make sure that he gets the maximum damage on that Jaina. And he's been renowned to play Jaina for quite a few weeks already. On the side of Sage, do note that they will follow up with the Muradin and Feldstad. And POB finishes up the first phase of the draft with Zagara and ETC, banning out Abathur as well as the Tyrael ban from Sage. Now we also do have a Uther as well as a Raynor pickup on the side of Sage Gaming. Really like Uther's resurgence into this current meta because of the scaling changes as well as the latest balance patch that just hit us 2 days ago. The clans, you could say the clans now is very, very good. A bit of a great ability to stop crowd control on one target. It kind of counters against the stun meta, which is what you see on the side of POB with ETC. Kharazim getting picked up by them as well. This will be a refreshing pick for this team. Don't really see Anthony Scene play Kharazim in the last few weeks, but this time around it will be interesting to see what kind of a play it will be. Looking forward to seeing a Tassadar here, because Tassadar will provide that 1.5 support, but nope, it is going to be the Vala for consistent AoE damage coming from POB. Meanwhile, for Sage Gaming, we do have also got a Muradin, Feldstad, Uther, Raynor. Finishing up the draft should be another warrior if they want to have a bit of a frontline control, or if you want to see a bit of extra damage to counter against the Vala, Zagara, Kharazim. They should be looking at the backline damage dealer. They have a few options here, but of course, Kael'thas as well as Tyrande has been banned out already. The other few viable options include getting the Tychus, which is not that good. There's also Sylvanas, which is pretty awesome in terms of crowd control, with the Whirling Arrow for silence against POB. Now, a total of 3 range damage dealer on the side of Power of Belief. Do believe that all 3 of them have a lot of harassment ability. There's the Blizzard on Jaina as well as the Frostbolt, and also you have got that Cone of Cold. Vala does have multi-shot, Hungering Arrow. In a nutshell, just a lot of harassment, which feats the objective of this battleground really well. I like that draft a lot on the side of Power of Belief. The only question here is that a Kharazim on the frontline heal. Not so good in my opinion because you have a lot of range squishies behind. Kharazim's not so good in the department. Malfurion has been buffed up tremendously ever since the patch a few days ago. It will be an Anubarak as well. This is a huge pick. Reason why is because of the Cocoon talent at level 20 for Sage Gaming. This will be able to ensure that you have maximum brutality against Kharazim. You have the ETC and the Cocoon. It's just very troubling for them in general to deal with that. Also, in Cursed Hollow, you have a lot of space and nooks and crannies, which is why it's important to note that having one member disabled by the Cocoon, it's going to be so much of a pain to deal with on the side here for POB. So far, looks to be a very interesting draft. Of course, if you ask me, I would favor Power of Belief draft a little bit better. But Anubarak is a huge wild card, and we don't know how this is going to work out. The last time we saw Revenant on Anubarak, it didn't work out last weekend. Also, didn't work out for him a few months ago in the Americas Championship back when he was still on Team Relics, representing SEA in the Americas Championship there at Las Vegas, Nevada. But here we go. It's a brand new squad for him. Of course, both of these teams, they have not qualified from the Pro League. What they're playing for here is simply seeding, going to the Open Finals. They do get the second redemption chance right there. Of course, welcome, guys. If you just tune in, this is Game 1. You're just in time. Game 1 versus between Sage Gaming as well as POB. I'm expecting a little bit of a nice rotation from both sides. Of course, Feldstad does have that increased mobility advantage going into this game, which is a refreshing take for Sage Gaming. They normally don't prioritize a Feldstad. We'd like to see them make this plays, but of course it's because POB did have the first pick on Jaina here. Now, this is a fairly new team on the side of Sage Gaming. Do note that they are playing with a roster that is just made up, I think, for less than a month. And for Power of Belief, this is the quick match team turned competitive. They have a fantastic carry in the lineup that is Zessen. I call him a carry because he literally can take down 3 members on the opposing squad without much of a trouble there. But we're looking at some really interesting games here because POB, this is the same squad that took down Sage Gaming in the Nexus Championship just about a month ago in December 2015. Towards the end of the year, we had a consolation tournament in Singapore called the Nexus Championship. But right here, Sage Gaming with a bit of a roster change. No more Psych. Going to replace him. It is Nelra playing as support. For POB, very similar lineup, except that Shin is not part of this lineup. He does have a new kit that just came out recently to just spawn out of the Nexus, but it will be the old squad of Jerming, Zess, and Anthony Scene, Mr. Deja Vu, as well as Saber. That's going to be playing in this lineup for Power of Belief. Meanwhile, on Cursed Hollow, we have for Sage Gaming a very standard lineup that we've seen countless times, also known as the underdogs of this competition. Very unfortunate that they were not able to take even a game out of Resurgence last week. That would have been the icing on the cake here for this team. Revenant, when he formed this team, he said give him just 6 months. It's the same words that he used when he formed Relics about 9 months ago. He said give him 6 months and it will be the best team in Singapore. Who knew that that team will go on to do us proud in the SEA regionals, representing all of Southeast Asia. Now here we have with us game 1, Sage Gaming. Gonna be in a blue team. We got Revenant on the Anubarak, Nelra on Uther, Hyrene gonna be playing as Rainer Psych. Will be playing tonight, and he will be the Muradin Derp onto the Feldstad. Meanwhile, on the red team, we got Power of Belief. This is the team that we all want to root for. Jerming will be on ETC. Mr. Deja Vu will be playing as the Vala. Anthony Scene playing as the Karazim. Zessen onto the Zagar. Last but not least, Saber will be rocking out that Winterville Jaina. Do know that Psych going to be playing tonight. That means that we don't see the other warrior player. Revenant's also going to be here by Hyrene, Derp, and I think Zerkion is the one that did not make it. He is the resident damage dealer. Derp having to go into the flex role there. Hyrene also. So Psych will be the main tank of the team for today. Best of 2, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is correct. There is a chance for a tie in which both teams will walk back with just 1 point. Revenant scouting a little bit with a little bit of the beetle spawning quickly. Of course, this is no indication that it is a beetle build, just simply the Regeneration Master taking a little bit of extra damage on the bottom lane. The tower did go down. And Hyrene's going to be the one that's soloing the bottom lane. We also got at the mid lane Revenant, Feldstad going all the way up here, having a bit of an EXP advantage. If we can clear this lane fast enough before Vala reaches here, it will be a lot of increased EXP for the team. But unfortunately, it's the second too slow. Vala's going to be here. Mid lane, we do have Revenant on his signature, Anubarak. He's one of those pioneers in this scene playing Anubarak. Love to see how this is all going to work out. In terms of talent options, we do have some interesting pickups here. Citizen Marksman on both Rainer as well as Feldstad. So there's a lot of stack damage in that part. Also going to see the Reverberation on Muradin. Primarily just to counter against Vala or even maybe Zagar's minions. Hold their thoughts. Top lane, a little bit of damage coming in against Nelra. Nelra takes the fall. POB with the first blood firmly into control. Great rotation as a squad. You know, teams, they don't really expect this kind of rotation so early on in this battleground because of the sheer size and magnitude that Cursed Hollow has to offer. So with such an aggressive rotation, you can see a lot of merit going to POB on that part. They do have a quarter of a level lead right now. Mr. Deja Vu top lane going to play very safe. Jerming's also going to be here. Derp is at 50% HP. If they can stack up, there we go. Vala joining behind ETC. Saber also going to be here. This is going to be tricky if the stun do connect on the Feldstad. It's almost guaranteed it will be a kill. There needs to be some form of a bait right here. There we go. Of course, this is a little bit of a sign of, you could say, trouble for our bird player, the Feldstad right there. Bottom lane, Zagar's going to be able to solve this one up pretty well. Feldstad, of course, overextends a little bit. Nice barrel roll. Will be able to stay safe. Jerming did not connect that power slide against Feldstad. Now, Tribute going to spawn in just about 5 seconds. And a well-timed siege camp attempt by Sage Gaming means that they're going to have a bit of an automatic push on the top lane. Vala, not the most mobile of the entire roster, will not be able to join this fight here. But Zazan not landing that, well, you could say, infested drop on the top part of Raynor means that it's an easy tribute for Sage Gaming right off the bat. Now back to the lanes, it seems like we still have a quarter of a level lead for POB right now. And Sage, they are currently 4 points. If they do win the games tonight, they will end it with a 7-point position for the team. We'll see how this is going to work out for them. Meanwhile, on this side, we do have Revenant in the mid lane. A little bit of a dangerous spot, but no damage dealer to join up with the ETC. Tripper going to spawn in just about 10 seconds. Right in the top right-hand corner of this battleground. Valla, top lane, taking a bit of a beating there. Does not have healing well for the next few seconds. There we go. Tapping it. Derp getting spotted out by the multi-shot. It is going to be a multi-shot build on Valla. We're going to talk about talents in just a bit. A nice stun against the Underbarak by ETC, taking a bit of beating from Feldstad. Anthony Seen goes in for some heals. Feldstad does go down. What a big mistake it is on the side of Sage Gaming. Psych now dropping a bit of HP as well. Jumping, holding the front. They pick up the tribute. Also some heals due. There we go. Jumping goes in for the great power slide against Uther. Also the face melt pushes him back again. And it seems like POB is in a good spot, but the damage dealer a little bit out of position there for more damage. Psych with the Dwarf Toss gonna be okay. Revenant with the Borrow Charge pulls back out. And it seems like we still have POB with half a level lead right now. Level 7. Talking about the level lead, we do have some talent options being picked up. This is the standard heal utility Kharazim. On the side of ETC, also going to see the guitar solo buff, just keep rocking. To follow up with the Dabanet guitar as well as the Rolling Like a Stone. Meanwhile, Zagara bottom lane, nice pick up there by Sage Gaming, of course, a bit of a mistake. Does have so much vision, but going to play safe. And meanwhile, you also have got a Searing Attack pickup on the side of Valla, consistent with the multi-shot build. Jaina opting for Lingering Chill. No, yep, okay, Lingering Chill, Snowstorm, and Frostbitten, the very standard Jaina build. Of course, nowadays some of these pros like to go for Conjures, but going for Lingering Chill does apply that extra 2 seconds of slow, which is a huge asset to have in this team where you got 3 range damage dealers. Now, Sage knows they can pick this one up. POB will not put up a fight because of the positioning of the whole team. Zagara being the last member that died within the last minute there. It's a very easy tribute pickup for them. But POB, they got one simple mission right now, and that's to stay ahead to get to level 10. It's not going to be easy for them to stay ahead, but if they can do so, next tribute's probably going to go in their favor as well. Meanwhile, on the side for Sage, it looks like it is going to be Power Throw into Secret Weapon for Feldstad. And Valla going to be okay. Nice vault backwards. Going to be safe as well. And it is going to be the offensive Raynor build with Revolution Overdrive. And the focus attack coming out for that Talon build there. Probably murdering with the standard Thunderclap into a Thunder Burn with the Piercing Bolt. Meanwhile, mid lane Revenant takes a bit of a beating with the ability to borrow out of his trouble there. Will be okay. Uther standard utility, Rev with a very interesting build. We'll talk about it in a bit. Valla taking a fall in the top lane once again. And here comes the Pain Train, Jerming leading the fray. Feldstad. Oh, the mosh pit's a huge whiff right there. Could have been a dancing chicken, but we did not see that coming out. Zazen dropping the infested drop. Not going to get anything, Jerming. Just a second too soon. Should have just been a little bit more careful with that. Of course, that is just trigger happy. Does not have the mosh pit for the next tribute fight here. And also does not have the best positioning. It is a bottom tribute. This means that we will see Sage with the first curse in their favor. Psych and Amelia paying a lot of trouble here. Jerming swings by with the mount. Popping Avatar. Psych gonna be okay. Nice 2-man stun. The Devouring Maw did not connect right there. But we still have Mr. Deja Vu giving a bit of a chase. Popping that Hungering Arrow against Raynor. Anthony Seen goes in with Radiant Dash. Not gonna get anything achieved. And we're talking about Revenant, he does have a very interesting build going for utility. With Articulating Spines it is. Yeah, there we go. And Under King, which does give a little bit extra range on the Borrow Charge. The Regen Master's a standard build there. Not going to go for the build, which I feel is a huge asset to have in his battleground. Those Beetles will be able to buy a lot of time in the tribute spawning points. Top lane, the fort's probably going to go down. Zasan's going to just swing by, puts up a bit of a defense right here. Bottom lane, there's a 3-man aggression by Sage Gaming. All POB needs to do right now is just to go in. The mosh pit's available in just 40 seconds, so that's a bit of a long time. But they have a lot of, we could say, space here to just defend the fort, keep it alive. There we go. The curse is going to expire. Mid lane's going to be just fine. Top lane, the Fort's also going to stand. Meanwhile, Zasan has to make his way down to join up with the team. You could see the attempt against the boss here. 20 seconds, no mosh pit still. There goes the Mighty Gus. Anthony seen a little bit out of position. Pops the 7-sided strike to buy some time. Still going to buy a little bit more time, but not going to be enough. There goes the aggression from POB. Strafe coming out. Hyrene going to be fine. Pulling back. Pops a little bit on the adrenaline rush. Will be okay. There goes the multi-shot. But the boss did go in favor for Sage Gaming. That means a dead Fort at the bottom lane. Very close. A bit of a mistake there by Anthony Scene. Should have just held on to the Fort, held on to the ground there. Fort did go down. Vala, a little bit of trouble. There goes the gank, and Vala does go down. Mr. Deja Vu, unfortunately, getting caught out of position. Great map awareness coming from Sage Gaming. It seems like POB is just forced into a very unfavorable cycle right now. They have to defend yet another boss attempt by Sage Gaming. Of course, all 5 of them going to be here knocking. But do they have enough members? They are one Vala down. Baneling's Burst not going to go through the trees there, Zasan. Revenant going to be able to pick up this boss. That is 2 boss in favor for Sage. Probably means a date Fort and a top lane as well. The bottom keep is going to be fine, but the Git's already gone. Tower at almost full HP. Top lane, we're looking at the boss knocking on the Fort. Probably going to go down pretty easily. Not much more trouble there. We do have some heroics being picked up just now. We're going to talk about it. It is going to be the Cocoon, Divine Shield, Hyperion, as well as the Avatar with the Mighty Gus on the side of POB. We do have 7-sided strike, Mosh Pit, Devouring Maw, Strafe, and Water Elemental. They are going for position right now. Mosh Pit on the backline, 3-man Mosh Pit, only 2. There goes the Cocoon for instant cancellation. And we do have Anthony C a little bit out of trouble, but there we have also the 7-sided strike. He's dropping way too much HP right now. There goes the Blizzard on 3 to 4 targets. A lot of value redeemed by Saber. There goes the Mighty Gus, but there is not going to be enough. We do have Jaina right in front. Sight goes in, secures the kill. Down goes 3 members on POB. Jumping, dropping solo. Hyperion punishing the backline members of POB. And all that's left is going to be the Zagara. Out comes some Banelings, but it is not going to be enough. The Devouring Maw is out for the count for the next 60 seconds. The boss probably is going to go down, but it seems like the keep will not hold. Look at today, keeping just 10 minutes. Sage is in a good spot right now. Anthony Scene. They need a level 13 to pick a fight. Yet another tribute spawning. I think the biggest problem there was Zasan's timing in the early game. If it didn't go down, it would have been a lot of a closer fight for POB. So the tribute, probably, there we go, going towards a Sage Gaming already. They are 1 full level up, but level 13 just hit by POB. And talent options, we're looking at double Giant Killer for both Raynor as well as Feldstad. We got that Burning Rage just to counter against the Crypt Humors. You also got a Shrink Ray up on Uther for utility. Yet another Burning Rage on Anub'arak. They're going to be able to deny a lot of vision coming out from POB. Meanwhile, it is going to be Relentless on Kharazim as well as the Showstopper. A bit of reduction of damage by 35% for 4 seconds on the Power Slide. Also going to see Mutalisk coming out and Frost Shot as well as improved Ice Block. Jumping goes in. We're going to secure a bit of good positioning against the backline. There goes the Varma only on 1 Uther, but Zagar's already gone a bit of a position right there. Jumping, dropping, Cocoon connecting only on 1 member in the backline. They're going to be able to save him. There goes the Mighty Gus. Is it going to be enough? That's the question. Jumping, yet another Power Slide, but no Mosh Pit for the next 5 seconds. Very unfortunate position for POB to be caught in. Should have just timed the heroics a little bit better. 15 against 14. Sage now, almost level 16. Will be 1 talent here up again. Seems like yet another easy tribute for the team. Meanwhile, top lane, we're looking at some Siege Giants pushing the lane, cruising along. Because guys, if you just joined us today, thank you very much for tuning in. This is the SCA Southeast Asia Singapore Spring Pro League, day number 3. It's the final round in which we're going to decide who will be the team that's going to represent Singapore in the SCA qualifier. The first team decided today from the Pro League. Got 3 teams. We'll be playing the Open Finals on 20th of February. That's still a full month away. So they got some chance for some roster changes. Very open flexibility there for them. It's going to be exciting though. If you're interested to take part in the open circuit, swing by to esports.heroesc.com. My friendly mod will drop the link in the chat. Of course, this only applies to residents of Southeast Asia as well as Singapore. That said, you can find out more information on the rules in the website. We do have Sage Gaming, one full level up. Talent options-wise, looking very strong with Bullseye coming out as well as Hardened Focus on Uther. With Imposing Presence on the Anub'arak, we also got a Stone Form on Muradin. Last but not least, it is going to be Hammer time. A bit of a slow and stun for Hammerang on the Feldstadt. POB, level 15, needs to get to level 16, but they don't have enough lanes to soak the XP right now. Zasan dropping the mid lane once again, caught out of position. Great 5-man rotation from Sage, making it look very convincing. So we still got the rest of POB holding out the front here in the heat. But they don't have the Zagar, no Devouring Maw. It's a great combo idea from POB with Devouring Maw connecting on multiple targets, and you also got the Mosh Pit going in, but Anub'arak is a huge counter against the ETC. Great power slide from Jumming. You also got a Rainer as a standby. Also got that Hammer time on that Hammerang on Feldstadt as yet another alternative for a bit of a stun. A bit hard to time, but still all of them are huge counters against the ETC. This is the price you pay for not picking ETC with Uther. Remember, they went for Zagara, ETC, a little bit of a greedy approach with Jaina first pick. But without that Uther, you don't have a guaranteed mosh pit, and even with guaranteed mosh pits, it's still not going to win you fights. Jumping goes in, and there goes the 7-sided strike, a bit of a split damage between Anub'arak as well as the Muradin. There goes the Hyperion, Anthony Scene taking a lot of damage, but Saber goes down first. Zasan pulling back once again, Cocoon target behind. Zagara dropping solo, will go down. Anthony Scene tries to read and dash out of trouble there. The last hit is going to secure this kill. Impel picks it up. Revenant with the kill right there. Down goes 3 members on the center of POB. Jumming, trying to pop back home. Will be fine, it seems. Vala going to the top lane to put up some form of defense, but we still got Sage at 2-level lead, going in for a bit of extra takedown against the Vala. Holy Radiance not connecting, but it will not matter. Down goes Vala, already core dropping. We have the core down to about 70% and 10 seconds before the whole team respawns, with the exception of Vala. It will be game. Game 1 goes to Sage. What a convincing game it is. Very mechanically controlled one coming from Sage Gaming. They were rotating well. They were pushing well. They got both bosses, proving once again that Cursed Hollow is such a snowballing map. We're going to try and channel up a replay of the last fight, if possible. So let's see if we can pull that one out. Meanwhile, huge amount of damage from Mr. Deja Vu. Consistent AoE damage, 39,000. Just not enough burst on that team. Of course, Zasan with just 21. Saber is a bit of half of the problem there with only 15,000 damage. Of course, he died 3 times and don't really have the opportunity to land those blizzards. So we do have a replay ready. We're going to pull it out right now. And this is the last fight. Jumming did go in, did commit a little bit too much. The split between Muradin and Anub'arak was the perfect counter against the 7-sided strike. Jaina got caught out of position. The lockdown from both Psyche as well as Revenant was so on point against the Jaina that they don't have enough damage to follow up coming from POB. You could also say that this is due to superior positioning from the rest of the team, coming in for flank on the side with Rainer as well as Uther and Feldstadt. Feldstadt does also have a bit of a stun with Hammer Time picked up by level 16. So Derp swings by, a perfect execution coming out of Stumble. Didn't even connect, but it didn't matter there. Derp did all the work in picking up the Vala. Even if Vala didn't die, it would have been game 10 seconds before Zagara as well as Jaina respawns and Kharazim down for 15 seconds. There is no way POB would have made it past this moment in his game. So what we do have now is a bit of a break before we bring you game number 2 between Sage Gaming as well as the Power of Belief. Will the Power of Belief be enough for POB to get 1 game away from Sage Gaming? They're currently 0 points. We'll love it if they can pick up just 1 point. This is Babel. We'll be back shortly for game 2. Sit tight, stay tuned, and stay tight. Goes to Syndragosa, but still not enough damage. Sanctification getting popped there by Tyrael. Revenant dropping a lot of HP right now. Jumming goes in, and Tomb not used, or rather used already, but not very effective. Also going to see Luna Flex connecting with the Deja Vu. Very nice defensive. Eldritch Smite is going to pop back. Browning takes the fall. Psych pulling back. Jumming still. Overextends a little bit, but we'll be okay. Pops the Wraithwalk. Pulling back once again. Anthony Scene is completely dry right now. Does not have enough mana, but 6 more Guardians it is